Gravy, baby.
What's up, my little gravy babies? Before we get started today, I just want to do a little note for y'all who watch on YouTube. I will no longer be putting the podcast on my YouTube channel. Gravy Baby has its own channel. I'm going to link it in the comments. You'll be able to go there, subscribe, follow us there, leave your comments. It'll be a full Gravy Baby channel where everyone, Mama Gravy Baby, DJ Gravy Baby, Daddy Gravy Baby, will all be communicating with you. You just blew smoke and made me look cool, I hope, on the camera. So go there, sign up. And if you're listening on the audio, you should check out the YouTube. It is really funny to watch DJ wrestle with his goat.
Plus, you get bonus Nessie time.
Bonus Nessie time. Thanks, guys.
Do you last that long? Because like this is how I get high. Like when I smoke weed and like I like it. I like it when I get that first like when you're super high when you hit your your
peak.
apex.
Yeah.
But what I really like is like an hour after or so when I'm kind of off that stage, but I'm still high. Like that's really what I shoot for.
Oh, the come down? Yeah. Well, I try to just get high enough where
like
I stay in that. I stay in that line.
Oh yeah. Do you have a ritual? Because like, okay, at the end of the day, the last joint I smoke, when I turn off all the water, or when I turn on the water, let it drip out of the fucking faucets and stuff around the farm and stuff like that, and get the chickens up and all that, I'll smoke a joint while I do that, and then when I get inside and it's all warm and cozy, son,
Dude, this just goes back to the heroin conversation. It's just that fucking comfort bubble, man.
Oh,
that's why I always compared cuddling to it. I was like, oh my God, this is the closest to being in the womb.
I've been getting high out in the cold. That's one great part of it. It's like I've been getting high in the cold, so I'm hitting that warmth for the first time, and I've just put the joint out. So like my high's hitting. I'm hitting that warmth for the first time.
Yep.
Ooh, got spaghetti in the pot.
Oof.
Motherfucker can't tell me shit. I'll sling goddamn hay bale on a motherfucker's pepper snout.
I'm going to forget, but I wish I would title this episode that.
I'm going to what?
Sling a motherfucking hay bale on a motherfucker's snout.
All right, should we get started?
Are we not recording? I'm leaving it.
Oh,
Welcome
shit.
to Gravy, baby. I think I'm getting rid of that gold. That was a solid 2 minutes of 80s country gold.
What's up,
Hard
gravy
topic.
bitches? Gravy ladles, gravy enthusiasts. Yeah, we haven't had that one. Great gravy.
No.
I love that. I have people come up to me now and go, I'm a biscuit bitch.
Nice.
And I think that's so beautiful.
That is so beautiful. Do they do it in front of people who don't know what's going on? Because that's always fun.
A couple times it's happened, but I don't know if anyone was paying attention. But
Have we told you the cult story with the people from NYU?
no.
So people listening have heard this story because after it happened, we talked about it on Into the Biscuit. But DJ and I did like a fundraising show in bumfuck Eastern Kentucky. It was rad. They had all these events going on that weekend, and one of them was our comedy show, and we were raising money for the Mutual Aid of Eastern Kentucky. Shout out Misty. So we're there, we're doing that show, but like it was like a full weekend celebration, almost like a Heritage Days type thing was going down.
Yeah.
It was. I think it was called like Heritage.
I think
Heritage.
it was.
Yeah. Something.
And there was a group there from a research arm of NYU, but it was also a private research company. But it was like the social studies school at NYU, right? And these particular students focused on incarceration.
Okay.
And they were telling us, because we met them as like one example, I guess per capita now rural America is more incarcerated than inner city.
Jesus.
Yeah, because of the money that they're getting for it, and then the opioid epidemic, like that combination, it's a
They're
nightmare.
just stacking it. Yeah.
So they had this outreach thing they were doing as part of their research project, where they invited people to this library in the community, and they were talking about how the opioid epidemic and incarceration had affected them.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, you can share your story. We're going to have information. They give out pamphlets. It was really cool. I mean, it was part of some of this mutual aid work that was going on. And I guess because of, at first I was like, oh, we're the comedians in town. But in retrospect, because of our background and the people who knew us well enough to know what it is, they invited DJ and I there,
Mm-hmm.
you know, to talk about, like, my brother. He talked about his story. It was cool. It was really cool.
That's awesome.
It was very awesome. But this is going to connect back to what you were talking about of people coming up to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we invited them to our show, and a lot of them came, which was also awesome.
Okay.
When they got there, apparently, as they're walking in, John Trotter, shout out John Trotter, Monkey Art, Paint Monkey, excuse me, was drawing a possum.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the students, like this very curious, brilliant NYU student, grad student, these aren't like 22-year-olds, these are like 28-year-olds.
Wait, wasn't Robert Gipe's wife also, what was it, the Vera Project?
The Vera Project is the project the students were working with, and Robert Gipe's wife had some connection to it, and I don't remember what it was. That is correct, DJ. Robert Gipe is a writer who's incredible.
Yeah, amazing. He's amazing.
Actually, the coolest thing that happened for me that weekend, other than the story we're about to tell, is Robert Gipe saying at some point, shaking his head and going, "I can't believe y'all are real," and it made me feel really.
He talks about it. He talks about it in his lectures.
It made me feel really good.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
No, it's okay.
Oh, you're good.
This is all part of the story. This is an incredible.
Also, I just
part
watched
of the
you guys
story. It's all part of the
friendship
tale.
flourish, and that was real beautiful for everybody just watching.
it was an incredibly rich experience.
Yeah.
And,
It was
and
amazing.
I'm about to focus on the funniest part, but I'm down for all the details getting out there personally, DJ. It was awesome.
No.
And like, we've got to raise a bunch of money, you know. I also had this joke that I was just started doing. Here's a weird little one about Andy being bisexual. And I was like, this works well in front of bros. How's this going to work in front of a bunch of redneck queers? And they fucking loved it. So
Yeah.
it was, anyway. One of the students walks up to Paint Monkey and was like, "What are you doing there?" He goes, "Oh, I'm drawing our God." He's like, "What?" He's like, and I think, you know, John's just in his element. He's like met with other people that he's known online for a long time. You know?
Sure.
So he's just like, yeah, you know, we're in a cult.
Yeah.
And I think he's smart enough and with enough to kind of realize, like, oh, it's like a thing we started in the pandemic. It's like, whatever. Right? So we do the show, whatever. And then DJ and I are starving after the show, and we go, the only place open was an IHOP or a Denny's.
What's the difference?
Exactly.
One, the tables are clean.
Yeah.
That's the only difference.
So Robert and his wife have invited these people out to eat because it's the only place, and they just happen to be there. And DJ and I are there eating. They sit down after us. We'd already ordered, and they start talking to us about the weekend, everything going on. And then that person that happened to brought that up. It was like, yeah, one of your fans said you guys are in a cult. And we're like, oh, yeah, we started during the pandemic, we were like, what would be the thing that would be the best thing to do right now? Start a cult. So we did that as a bit. We're explaining it's the Church of the Eat Fruit and Fuck. Well, when I'm on the road, I have bad guts. And oftentimes you're eating late night. There's like not great options.
Yeah.
So I'd gotten a breakfast dish, like eggs and bacon or whatever. But for my side, I'd ordered fruit.
Two bowls.
I didn't order 2 bowls.
2 bowls of fruit. You ordered 2 bowls of fruit.
I wanted my side to be fruit. And then the lady said, "You want a side of fruit?" And I was like, yeah, I want my side to be fruit. So she replaced my side with fruit and added a side of fruit. So we're sitting here talking to these people about the cult, and I'm explaining it to them. I'm like, all right, what was a bit? Like, the church eat fruit and fuck because every cult sounds fun when they're just eating fruit and fuck, and it only gets bad when we would never do that part. People are like a little weirded out. Remember there was one very cute young girl who was like, I'm pretty into this. Like, so like, all right. And they were like, okay, so it's not really a cult. It's like, no, it's not really a cult. And then the waitress sets down 3 giant bowls of fruit, and that's it. Like, she brought them as if they were appetizers. As I'm explaining that the Church of Eat Fruit and Fuck is not a real cult, and she sets them down like, here's your fruit, and like looks at them like, this fucking weirdo ordered fruit. Like, who does that? Because, you know, we're in Eastern Kentucky and it's 2 in the goddamn morning.
Sure.
And
they were surprised that they even had fruit to offer it to you.
Fruit.
Yeah. Which is just old cantaloupe. Denny's fruit is probably why I hate cantaloupe, dude, because it tastes like a fryer.
It was almost all grapes,
yeah.
a little bit of cantaloupe, and one piece of honeydew. And then she walked away, and they were like, just looking at us, and I was like, what do you say now? You know what I mean? Like, so
It'd be great if you guys did a weird handshake or something before you ate the fruit. I wish you guys would have leaned into it even more.
I mean, I didn't neither of us were like, oh, we can explain, but I think we just started dying laughing.
I think I would have I would have acted like
and then we started talking shit. And then we just started talking shit, dude. And we like ended up, and then everybody else ended up ordering like, because they're from New York, and it was like, wherever we were, it was like an IHOP. It was something like that. It wasn't a Waffle House.
No.
It was
an IHOP, I think.
Yeah.
Huddle House?
They were, or it might have been like a Huddle House or like it might have been a Huddle House. Because they were acting like they had never seen one before. And they were going ham on like the chili and all that shit.
Yeah.
I remember they were making fun of you being the Fruit King, and then
Fruit King? I love that.
And they were also talking shit because they were like, what kind, okay, so it's not because of your cult. And I was like, no, I just have stomach problems. They were like, so you're supposed to be the Appalachian guy, and I'm here eating bacon.
Oh, yeah,
like,
right.
Yeah. Rednecks have to eat bacon. Okay. Whatever, lady.
Don't project your bullshit on me. I can have a sensitive tummy if I want to.
Plus, we're in the church of the eat fruit and fuck.
Yeah, it's good for us.
Well, anyway,
I think I would have played the role of being the first follower in that, and where I would have just like started saying, "Eat fruit and fuck," like right when the fruit showed up. Like it was part of a ritual. Yeah,
I thought you meant if you were with them, because that girl we were talking about followed me on Twitter while we were talking, and I was like, ugh.
She's like, I want to see if it's real.
Yeah.
Sign it up.
Some of these brilliant minds are bored. Like, you imagine like going to NYU, showing up in the fucking mountains, and then joining a goddamn comedian's cult.
I mean, that sounds like a rad story.
I mean, me and DJ were very impressive to those people. It was super cool, but it did feel a little bit like...
Dude, I'll tell you who was it. There was this guy, this random dude who was there, and I don't know his name. I'm going to call him Buffalo Tom or something.
God, I remember him.
Tommy Buffalo or some shit like that.
Tommy B.
Tommy
B. Tommy Buffalo.
Tommy B. So Tommy B just shows up, and he's just like, he is the fresh out the chain gang, probably been in chain gang his whole life, institutionalized, probably just got out of prison, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And lives in the neighborhood. It was, saw the poster in their parole office. I forgot exactly how he ended up there at the meeting with the New York people, with the prison people. But he showed up there, and he was real rad. Like, we kept expecting him. Like, I don't know how to explain him, how he looked, but he's just an older dude, and he was country. It seemed like he was going to be like, say, just come off with some straight racism, but like he was like saying some like crazy profound, but like in a Forrest Gump way.
Yeah.
Kind of like,
okay.
Well, he would open a sentence with like, if you consider the blacks as a whole, and you'd be like, oh,
what
God.
the fuck?
And then he would say something really, really like profound about how our socioeconomic situation has fucked them, but also him.
Yeah.
It was Gumpy. That's a very...
Accidentally.
He'd make everybody tense, and then you go, I see what he's saying. I wish he had worded it different.
Yeah, dude. It was crazy.
He's like that Patton bit, Patton Oswalt bit.
Yeah.
He was that Patton Oswalt where they don't say the right words, but they believe the right things, versus the people that say all of the right words and then are really secretly fucked up.
Yes.
Yeah. That's rad.
I was thinking about that bit the other day. That's like
then
an
he showed
8-year-old bit.
I think it's
he showed up to the show though. Later on that night, he showed up to the fucking show. That same dude.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, dude, totally.
He seemed like he would have the most fun. Did he have fun?
He had a great time.
Yeah.
Everybody talked to him, and it was great. And he loved all the music. Like the band was like Slut Pill, like this Appalachian punk band, and he was like all into it. You know, he never, dude. It was great. It was great. It was
Slut
such
Pill
a
was
fun
rad.
night. It was.
That's
I
also
love doing
rad.
that.
Rad to see somebody who hasn't been able to have fun and for so long to have the time of their fucking life. Oh my
Yeah,
god,
just
dude, that's
stumble
so
into
good.
it.
Yeah.
Just don't. But he also seemed to be old Tommy Buffalo. He seemed to be a man about having a good time. Probably very peaceful in his own, like down to commit crimes, but also very, very accepting of the sentence. You know what I'm saying?
I bet he knows a lot about the Cherokee.
He probably knows a lot. Period.
Did you have those dudes in Florida who are just really into native culture?
Yeah. But that was like back when, before 23andMe, everybody could just claim they were part Cherokee, I think.
Yeah. Well,
Florida's
23andMe hadn't
got
come
like
to that
a
valley.
different.
Mhm. Yeah.
Y'all got like a different Native American culture though down there.
Yeah. But everybody always claimed Cherokee. That's what I'm saying. I
They
was
still
like,
said
they weren't even-
Cherokee?
Huh? I'm saying everybody would always claim Cherokee.
Really? That's crazy.
Yeah.
We're surprised
That's
it
crazy.
wasn't Seminole or whatever.
Yeah, I know.
Whoa.
Because I don't know. I don't know why. But we also had a lot of people that moved from up north there in Florida too. So
that's what it is.
maybe that. But yeah.
Way to fuck up the game.
Yeah.
Way to fuck up the game.
Goddamn snowbirds, man. They ruin everything.
Again.
But yeah, why was this guy one of those? Like he had a dream catcher? Like
It
what?
just seemed to me like he would, like I was just trying to give you the vibe.
Mm.
He seemed like he'd be like, well, you know how the natives did it,
Mhm.
you know, and it would be like this wild theory he has on why our society's bad.
Mm.
You know, those dudes are like, they didn't pay taxes, you know, they were eating off the land. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like a return to it.
Yeah.
That's how this guy up here, who's the head of the conservation, the Chattahoochee Conservation, Buzz, dude, he's that dude.
Yeah, man. It's an Appalachian trope.
Yo, but dude, it's crazy. Like he knows he knows how to basket weave, like that, the tradition of basket weaving from the Cherokee, because they are Cherokee here. I mean, it's Cherokee, North Carolina.
Mhm.
So it's like they had all the language, the reservations and but I don't think he's Cherokee. He's not Cherokee, but he deals with them a lot. Like when we had to pull a canoe out of the river, and but they had to get the Cherokee involved. So like they often mess with each other, and he just knows everything there is to know. It's crazy.
Man, I got a buddy. I shouldn't tell that story. Let's move on.
Okay.
It's about Cherokee, but it's dark and blah blah blah. And if he listens, he's gonna know it's about him. And never mind.
Okay.
Damn, he already does.
Yeah, but I didn't put any of his business in the street.
Yeah.
If anything, now you look
Oh
like
my
a
God,
champ.
what a moment.
Thanks for not telling that story.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, for sure. You get a text.
Hey man, appreciate you not telling
It's
that
a note
story.
in my phone.
Yeah,
Act like
no.
I'm gonna tell the story so I look good when I don't. Holy shit, dude! Do you remember Brad? DJ,
Brad.
he came to that show. I think I know he came to a Well Road show in Lexington. He hasn't texted me in forever. He was there that day and he just texted me.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That's some ESPN shit.
Yeah.
But
He's in my
anyways,
phone as Happy Latcha.
that has brought me a lot of joy at meeting people out that refer to themselves as biscuit bitches. I know that we did the story.
Oh yeah,
But that was the whole point of
right.
it.
The
Yeah.
crux of the story was he told that lady he was in our cult. That was how it started. That was what was so funny.
Oh,
So
the
that's what
guy
I
you're
was-
talking about?
No. That's how the story got started. Was that Paint Monkey was growing a
gotcha,
possum.
gotcha,
was like,
gotcha.
I'm in their cult. So I was just because I was wondering, have people said that to you in front of other people who were like, what the fuck was that about?
Oh no, it's never been like that.
Yeah,
I've had people bring the cult up,
yeah,
because it was like,
yeah.
I helped head it. So
I mean, we could argue about what your role was another time. Whether or not you were the leader.
no, I wasn't a
temporarily,
leader.
or just-
I wasn't a leader, but I was like, again, it's like first follower shit. You can't lead if there is no one that follows you. You have to have somebody that's cool follow something in order for it to catch on for anything.
Oh, I mean, I just thought we were going to do a bit. DJ's the leader. I've been saying
Duh.
that forever.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's like, but we have to operate.
Yes.
We have to give him room to be the leader.
100%. It's like that fucking documentary where that one dude wasn't even about it.
We're Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yes. And that Indian lady on Into the Wild Country. Wild Country?
I think so.
Where'd that happen at? Knoxville? Asheville?
No, it wasn't anywhere. It was like, where was I just recently? Fuck. It was someplace surprising. It was not.
Hell yeah.
It was, fuck. Man, I don't remember now.
Michigan?
No. God damn.
Should we go through all 50 states?
Yeah, that would be,
Wyoming?
that's great content, I think.
That was the bit, dickhead.
I know.
I hate myself. I'm going to choke myself with these.
Don't you dare come on this podcast. What are you, Esther Coop?
What's Gravy Baby, Carmen?
So that's been really rad.
Oh,
And also I got to be an art nerd, which I'm excited that
Go into detail. What do you mean?
There's an event happening in Los Angeles called Luna Luna where
Oh, yeah.
oddly enough, of all people, Drake basically bought a couple of shipping containers, and get this, there wasn't people in it. There was a display amusement park, an art themed amusement park that was locked up in these big shipping containers. And it was from an art show / amusement park in 1987.
This is random. He bought these containers and this is just happened to be what was in
This
there?
is what was in him. Yeah. And then so then it basically paid for them to they're on display now like a gallery.
Whoa.
But it's like an actual Ferris, like there's a Basquiat Ferris wheel.
I saw some of it, but I didn't know this backstory. I'm like way more intrigued. I was already intrigued, and now I'm more intrigued.
The idea was from some fucking Austrian pop star named Andrew Heller, I think, something like that.
Did he also fuck Millie Bobby Brown?
Yeah, I don't know. And then it was like this. What's his name? This. One of those eccentric dudes. And this was like his vision. He just wanted to have an amusement park, and it was all going to be art themed. He wanted it to be like an elevated amusement. Yeah. And so,
I mean, I get that if you're into amusement parks.
Yeah. Or you're just a weird Austrian pop star and are trying to be different in the 80s. Sure, that too. But it was like, Basquiat, it was Keith Haring, it was fucking Salvador Dali. There was a fuck ton of them. I can't remember everybody, but
you remember the teacups, the little Tilt-A-Whirl teacup?
Mm-hmm.
They should do that with a Down the Rabbit Hole, Alice in Wonderland version of that. Maybe that's too on the nose. Did you go?
Yeah.
Was it rad?
It was really rad.
Did you alter your mind?
No, actually, I just raw dogged it. I wasn't on anything. I just wanted to kind of take it all in.
Better. It's not better.
It was, because I knew I would I also knew if I went, I was going to enjoy it either way, but if I went stoned, I feel like I would have, I also had a show shortly after. So it was like, I didn't have time to just be high,
Yeah, you didn't have a whole day.
Yeah.
You had 3 hours.
So, but it was also then I was able to remember more of the shit from like everything I read from it. Cause I already knew about it. I knew about Luna Luna because I was an art nerd when I was in fucking college. Yeah. So I remember learning about it then because I was like I was on a big Basquiat kick when I learned about, when I learned the whole story. And, it's a fucking incredible story when you're like 24.
Wait, this is an old, I'm so confused.
No, I mean, learning about Luna Luna. I knew about it when I was in college.
You knew about Luna Luna in
yes.
college. So that's a known story that this person has done this. And then later, Drake accidentally bought it?
Yeah, I don't know how he acquired it, but I don't think it was like... It only ever happened once. So this was supposed to be a world traveling show. And then it only ever happened once, and then it got into like a litigation fight. And so it ended up getting locked away forever, and then nobody ever saw it.
So
until now.
Drake's out there buying storage sheds just like my fucking crazy uncle to
I
see
mean,
what he can get.
maybe I don't know the Drake, all of the Drake story. I just know it was like his up here. Okay. Sorry. Earlier this year, in a 50,000 square foot warehouse lined with the weathered shipping containers and crates, the Viennese artist Andre Heller was reunited with one of the great loves of his life and career. The psychedelic works inside, unseen by Heller or the world for 35 years, had long been lost to history, despite their flashy
Provenance?
provenance.
Don't
There
know
you
what
go.
it means.
Okay. Together, they made up Luna Luna, a functional amusement park where the rides and attractions are also happened to be contemporary art from the likes of Jean-Michel Basquiat and Salvador Dali, which Heller had conceptualized and opened briefly in Hamburg, Germany in 1987. For decades, he is obsessed over its loss. Forget about it, he told himself repeatedly. This is like a love affair where you can't stop having erotic dreams, unquote. Eventually, Heller managed to move on. And then, he said, via video chat from Austria, when everything was out of mind, I met some people that started reminding me. In the end, it took the connections, resources, and ingenuity of Heller, his musician son, a New York creative director and art lawyer, a startup founder, 2 powerful music managers, and a megawatt rapper who happens to be one of the most famous people on the planet to revive this ambitious project. That Drake would be the final piece needed to bring Heller back together with Luna Luna was almost inconceivable. Heller, who is now 75, didn't even know who the rap star was until they were nearly partners.
That's the wildest part of this story. That's the most unbelievable part of this.
Former pop star has no idea who is in pop currently.
All right, we can't read the whole thing. It's much longer than
Yeah.
But that's rad.
Yeah, so it's super cool. There's this hall of mirrors. There's a room of mirrors that Dali built, like a dome. So you go in and it's every single angle.
And Dali built it.
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm ignorant. I thought it was just like an ode to Dali, made by some very talented people who wanted to put it
all
in
the
one
artists
place.
were like directly involved in all of their pieces.
Whoa.
So Basquiat painted the big
And it did one show.
one show. Yeah, I think it was only or one. I don't remember how long it was open for either. But it was only open for a brief amount of time because again, this was going to be his vision was it for it to be a world tour. So just like a traveling, circus.
Mm-hmm.
You would just have the greatest minds in 20th century art being displayed to you in a really cool way. Your children can learn about it.
Yeah.
You can have a conversation about Jim Crow with your 7-year-old because we're on the Ferris wheel and they're asking what does that mean? You know? Cause there's like a bunch of whimsy because they know it was for kids too, but there's also like, there's a big mural, where they had a fart symphony. So it was a bunch of, yeah.
All right, let's go right now. DJ, we'll report back. Thanks, everybody.
It's a bunch of windows, right? And then there's this big mural of like various farting scenarios, right? And they have a conductor, and then there's just these butts and all of these different windows.
Sounds like
and
the Animaniac.
he would conduct it, and it would. And it's like, so you just have video of the live show the live performance that they had. So for me, just because that was the era of everybody cool, because let's see, by the time I was like, was in my 20s, like we were already in love with the art of the 80s. And that's when that's all of these people. I mean, obviously Dali's older and stuff, but it was like, these are all the cool kids. So I remember being in college and having so much goddamn FOMO because I wasn't in Hamburg in fucking 1987. Why couldn't I have been a little bit older? I missed all the cool shit.
Should have been there, man.
I know. So that brought me so much joy to see the things that I never got to see because I wasn't old enough. Yeah.
That's fucking rad. Immersive art is one of my new favorite things in the last 4 or 5 years of my life.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go to this so bad. I'm going to try to go this weekend.
You should.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Because they're still like working on it. Like there's still more, I think, that's in there that they're still like trying to restore and stuff. But they even had like the merch. Like you could buy a
From then?
Keith Haring. Yeah, they have the merch from 1987. I think most of it's been bought now.
I was to
But
say, there's no way that's still left.
yeah, there is like a Keith Haring shirt for fucking $5.50. But it's from 1987 from this one particular like.
And there's only, what, 100 of them? Or
Not
whatever.
even, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't think I'd pay $5.50 for a t-shirt, but I'm glad it exists.
You know, sure. Yeah. Well, and I just hope that somebody that buys it, wears it, and I hope that somebody that buys it keeps it in a frame and makes it last even longer.
I hope this event and it getting the press it's getting inspires more people too, because as you guys know, one of my favorite things in the world to do is live music, but I've gotten way more into people putting on shows. Our buddy Key Bump took me to Widespread Panic. I've always thought Panic
I don't think Key Bump's real, goddamn. I don't fucking believe it.
I've always thought Panic was fine, but then that show, the light show and the way it felt in that theater was super cool. When I did that immersive art thing here in LA, the first one we went to, I think, was Van Gogh. And the whole time I was in there, pretty much, I was thinking, because they play music, and it's everything around. Every wall, the floor is covered in art, and that music's going on. And I thought, man, it'd have to take the right group of people to pull it off. But what a fucking amazing concert they could put on in here.
Yeah.
Where you're literally immersed in the concert.
Well, that's kind of how the EDM shows used to be back in the day when
They
it was
still
a
are
smaller.
sometimes.
Because the same guy that I was telling you about, we were talking off mic about my friend making fun of me when I would take ecstasy because I would be able to sleep on it. But I would go to a lot of EDM shows, and that's kind of how it was. There was like lights everywhere. There was like the lights corresponded with the music. Like it was a full That's why when you're on drugs, like, it's all great and beautiful and big. So it's larger than life. It's huge, huge displays of this person's commentary or this person's thought or what this person thinks is beauty.
Well, what I realized about myself when I first went to some of those immersive art exhibits is that for visual stuff, I kind of need it to be epic. For my brain to process, like for it to move me. I'm just not, I don't know what the right word is. I don't think it's smart, but I'm not something enough for most visual pieces. But if they're huge, it kind of overwhelms me and I find it very moving. I cried a lot that day.
Yeah, when there's the thing about those is there's a lot of criticism about them because they're like, oh, this is just a place for people to take selfies, which yes, it is. But what I think is cool about this in particular, more so than like those kinds of, you know what I'm talking about.
That's interesting because I saw so few people with their phone out.
Yeah.
Because it was so overwhelming. They literally forgot about their phone.
Yeah. When that's kind of how I felt about this is like, it was just like, I spent so much time eyes wide, like childlike, and like the wonderment that they were trying to create fucking activated, a mission accomplished.
Well, also, pardon me for being this guy, but that's my favorite thing about Burning Man is that's how the art is, most of it. It's just, it's immersed into the desert and it's huge.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck it.
I like big art.
Big fart.
Hey. Well,
What
I'm
about
going.
you, Deej? You like big art or little art?
Oh, I love it all, man. I love it. I love a little Etsy site. I love a cute little trinket.
Ooh, me too, man.
Man, no, that man gets me fired up. But a nice big immersive experience is equally as wonderful. You know, it's all depending on where you're vibing at, man. But
I will say, thank God for prints and thank God for stickers. So when they remove the middle class, we could still enjoy art. Like that's the only way you can really be a poor person and to support an artist now.
They're talking about the singer Prince.
Print.
Yeah.
Sorry. But if it wasn't for a print and it wasn't for a goddamn sticker, like I wouldn't own any art.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a thing I bought at Goodwill.
Yeah.
Who I think was painted by the dad of a famous contemporary artist. I looked up the name, and that's the only art I own. And he owns some art. I guess we both own it. Sometimes you can find stuff that moves you.
Sure.
Like at a little place, but you're right, it's hard. It's rare.
Yeah, well, I mean, I definitely mean like an artist that's alive right now.
Yeah.
to buy direct from them. They get the fuck. I like what you do. Take my money. That like what you guys do to us. Go to patreon.com/gravybabypod. So that's
sweet dick joke art.
But I like you. I like what you do. I want you to keep doing it. I give you money. I feel like for me, you have to do that. You have to pay for art because I want that to happen to me.
Yeah.
So you have to put it back out there. So I pay to see stand-up shows still. I'm going to say I'll buy a ticket to go see a show. I pay to see artists. I want those things to keep existing.
Yeah.
It's in my best interest because I want to keep existing. Please, patreon.com/gravybabypod.
Having a great week. She wants to keep existing.
Fuck you, man.
I want to keep existing. I hear you.
So that made me super duper happy.
Did you get emotional? When I see art I really like it, I get very emotional for a day or 3.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was definitely. It's like a post. It's like a post mushroom situation.
Yes.
So where it's just a little bit of clarity / euphoria. It's thought provoking. So you think more, maybe in a cooler way.
It's heartening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that brought me a lot of joy.
Well, that was great. That might be the best one we've ever had.
Is it?
What's Gravy Baby? And then you just fucking this thing. You've been obsessed with it since college. You met it's personal to you. It's not just it was cool. I saw this thing.
Yeah.
This was you were the guy that we were just reading about. You were a smaller version of him. It was your erotic dream.
Yeah.
You got the fucking X one last time this weekend.
Or what? No, it'd be more fucking enough. Oh, I guess an X. Yeah, because it was something that you had before. But yeah, because that was I was watching the documentary about.
Oh no, yeah,
Basquiat.
you fucked a childhood poster on the wall. Crutch.
Yes.
Even better.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you fucked Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
JTT. Actually, it was more of a Devin Sawa girl.
Yeah, that checks out. I liked Andrew Kagan. He started a cult.
Yes, he did.
And
Andrew
it failed
Keegan was
because he
cute.
was a good guy. He didn't take people's money, so the fucking cult fell apart.
Yeah, they're like, what the fuck? What do you just want us to hang out with you? What?
This fucking loser just wants us to be his friend. Not even trying to exploit us. I'm going to go somewhere where they'll take my money and fuck my wife.
Yeah, take my money, fuck my wife, give me a pair of Nikes, take my life, goddammit. Oh,
These
shit.
are the fucking, what was that cult?
Oh, that was
Heaven's Gate?
Jerry, what's his name? Jim Jones. Yeah.
Did they do the Nikes?
Jay Jones did the Nikes.
Heaven's Gate did the Nikes too. Because I remember when it came on
they're
TV.
biters.
When I was, maybe. I remember when it came on TV when I was younger, and that's all I thought.
Maybe
I
they're
was
Nike
8,
sponsored events.
and I was like, damn, those shoes are rad. You're in a shitty cult because you got Reeboks.
Yeah.
Fuck this cult. It's not even
It's
sponsored
a
by
knockoff
Nike.
cult.
I heard there was a Jordan cult starting.
Look at you with your Payless cult over there. Making your shoes.
That's a deep cut, dude. There's people listening who have no idea what that meant because they were either too poor or too rich. Payless was right in the fucking middle, dude.
I think they're all dead too. For any young listeners, we're talking about an old shoe store that were
There's a Payless in Clinton, Tennessee, right near the Walmart. And I go in there just to remember what it felt like to be 8 years old and know that there was going to be one pair of cool shoes in there.
only one.
And mama was going to say, why do you always want the most expensive pair? You can't have those. And it's like, this ain't the most expensive pair. It's the most expensive pair at this fucking store. And you know that, you bitch.
I'm glad you got that venom out. That's good. Here in a safe place.
It was the lie that bothered me, Carmen.
Yeah, no,
not the no.
Yeah.
The no was inevitable.
Make it make sense, mother.
We can't afford Jordache. That's not even a real on brand. Because back then, dude, Payless didn't have Nike at the beginning.
No. Did they have it at the end?
They got it now. They'll have like 3 Nike pairs of Nikes.
Oh, wow.
It's like the mid-level Nike, like the dad shoe Nike.
Yeah.
And then like one quasi cool, like not this shoe, but the low top version in white only.
They would have shoes that would make your feet hurt and stink.
Yeah.
Even if you wore socks.
What a combo.
It was the worst.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I think because the shoes are made out of the dreams of Chinese children. DJ, are you with us?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
The palette prince over there. Prince of Palette. Prince of Palais.
Oh, because we were talking about art.
Yeah.
That fucked me up. Like a palette, a color palette. That's spelled differently, correct?
I think so.
Yes.
P-A-L. Yeah.
Print.
And the roof of
E-T-T-E.
your mouth palate, the palate, your mouth palate is a.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's right.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
It's one of, you know what would be cool? If you a little box, right? And you line all the walls with like soft like cushions.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And you put a little like lights around it and music and it heated. And you took a bunch of mushrooms and you just went out into the woods and got in your little box
Mm-hmm.
and like we're tripping. Anyway.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. Like your own little trip box.
Oh, you mean like a
Yeah,
yurt? You talking about like a yurt?
box.
Like a little...
Not like a yard, just like do yourself a little trip box out in the
Oh,
woods.
yeah. Okay. I'm into it.
Find it,
DJ,
I'll put a music in it.
yes.
Get it out there. Give it a little flashy look out. Ooh.
That dude, I'm so glad you said that too, because I was thinking earlier and then I forgot to say anything about it. I love that artist, and I can't remember his name. He's friends with Wayne White, who builds wild shit. He builds.
Producer Mark called it a drug bunker. Yeah.
He builds.
Drug bunker.
Yeah.
There's that artist. I think he's in Tennessee. He maybe North Georgia. He builds wild shit in the woods. He builds his pieces out in his own woods, and they blend in with the. And it's anyway. Do it. Make a little drug bunker out in your woods. I'm gonna come.
Yeah.
I'm come visit.
Yeah.
Drug bunker.
Yeah. We're excited. We're excited about building it. We got a crazy fucking cold snap right now. Shout out to everybody. So you guys, snow. Where are we? Where are we with snow? Yay? Nay? I know you don't have any right now, but do you like it? Do you hate it? Are you against it?
I'm fine with it as long as it's not too much.
Yeah, I mean, it brings me again. It's like a joyous. I get so excited about snow.
Yeah.
But sorry, it's just because I'm a Florida girl, though. That's why.
Right.
So it was like it was never.
Right.
It was always a special event. And even when I lived in Chicago, I was never there for when it was real shitty.
Yeah, that's when you leave Chicago if you can.
Yeah, so I would leave and then work the South, where it would just be sporadic. Oh, it's snow this weekend, and then I would go back in March or April when it was the tail end of it, and I was still like, snow, and and that was when it was not being so bad. So it's always been lovely, and I know there's people that are listening to this right now and they're shoveling and they're like, fuck you, bitch, this shit is a nightmare, and you're not wrong either. But I never got to have that experience. I didn't want it because I wanted to still like snow. So, yeah.
I got tired of snow when I lived in Boston, but it came right back once I left, like 2 years after leaving there or whatever. It was magical again. What about you, Deej?
Hate it. Hate it. Absolutely hate it.
Unlike snow,
Yeah,
DJ has perfect timing.
Yeah, man. I did not enjoy my time in Minnesota. I did not. Don't care for it. Don't care for it. The people who love. I mean, I've met people who just like that's their jam, and that's an interesting. That's an interesting creature.
To prefer
right
it? Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
For the people who aren't like every once in a while, but people who are like, no, I like, I really love winter in Vermont where I live. Yeah, that's an interesting thing.
Yeah, the ice fishermen and the winter hikers, the people who do those people are a totally different breed.
And they're dumb.
Yeah, they're huskies. They love snow. That's why they want to go sledding.
I mean, that's what everybody's like, they talk about Everest and everything, and it's like, I don't have that in me. Like, you just tell me, it's not even the climbing, it's the temperature.
Yeah.
Like, you tell me, like, you're going, like, Nah, dude. It's like fucking.
Can we talk about how fucking stupid you gotta be though? Right? There's a level
don't
of
get it.
stupidness
Especially
where you're
now.
walking past dead bodies and going,
Yeah.
not me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and for what? The first guys and gals who did it.
Or what?
Okay, but now aren't we at like 300? So now, like, who you
Yeah.
telling? I mean,
How many
Yeah.
fucking people gotta die for you to be like, maybe
Yeah.
this isn't a bad idea?
how many people got?
Yeah.
This is a bad idea.
How many rich
But I ain't
people?
even got to get to that. I ain't even got to get to there. I don't even have to. You just tell me what the temperature. You just hit me with
Right.
the temperature, and I'm like, no, I ain't going.
But I'm
You know what
saying,
I mean?
but I'm saying,
I wouldn't know what the
6,600.
fuck's up
but
there.
I'm saying you can break it down logically in your brain and go, well, I know why they're doing it. They want glory.
Yes.
DJ, how many people do you think have climbed Mount Everest? Mark pulled it up for us.
A fuck ton.
6,664.
Sure.
You're going through all the stuff you guys are saying, which I agree with completely. But then even if you're an egomaniac, it's not a big deal anymore. We all know you're paying Sherpas, that you've got these
Yeah.
fucking acrylic, whatever
Right,
the
that's
fuck they're
the whole
called,
thing.
shoes.
That's the whole thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Walk
That's
up there
100%
backwards
right.
naked.
Yeah.
What's left? Space for
Well, that's
those
the whole
people?
thing is, it's like, it's not you. You're not the Sherpa.
yeah.
It's, I only
Right.
respect the Sherpas. 'cause
Who's
they-
done it 7
Yeah,
times
for
this year?
sure. Yes.
And they're like, oh, God. I mean, it's a good living, but I'm so tired of keeping these people alive.
Can you imagine not listening to one of them? If one of them was like, hey, bud, I'm going back down. And you're like, nah, I'll be fine.
4.4 deaths per year.
That's lower than I expected.
It says, according to
Yeah.
the Himalayan database, at least 322 people have perished on Mount Everest since records began in 1922. Averaging about 4.4 deaths per year, and that number slowly ticks up each year. The first summit of the mountain was in 1953. And that guy's dead body's still there. If you want to go see it, it's on a different part of the mountain. I think you got to pay extra to
gotta
risk
get
your
it
life
off?
twice. Yeah.
There's a fucking carny stamping tickets, yelling at people. Show me your wristband.
If I show you my wrist, I'll die.
Yeah, you bought the ticket.
You can
take the
poke him
ride.
with a stick for an extra $5.
And even that's not real. That's just a Sherpa laying there all day, making extra money, posing. Man.
It's so crazy, man. There's absolutely nothing. There's absolutely nothing respectable. I mean, that's not like ice rock climbing. Those motherfuckers, I respect the fuck out of that shit.
Yeah,
dude.
man.
God damn, dude. Like that's an athletic.
Well, I mean, just to live through this, that's also athletic as well. Like I get all that,
truly.
but at the
It's
same
also
time,
mentally, you got to be mentally tough, I think, to keep going at points. I'm sure
yeah, especially if you don't have to.
nobody has to. There's nothing up there.
Yeah,
There's no like fucking golden sword up there.
Dead bodies.
The whole way up.
yeah. It's also fun to. I guess what's really fun about that is like that you can see all the varying fashion over the decades of all the people that have been
Yeah,
dead.
it's hilarious.
You know,
That's hilarious. Yeah.
because I think that's what they call it, Rainbow Way, is all the different colored like ski jackets.
That's funny. It's also interesting that they're just steps. It's easier now
Mhm.
because you can climb on the bodies.
Oh no, right?
Pull on a guy's arm.
And also, you got to meet Popsicle there if you get hungies.
Would it still have nutritional value?
I don't know. It's frozen. It's
wonder-
got to be preserved in some way.
Imagine some douchebag up there like, can we find a guy who died in the 50s? Because they had way less preservatives back then. There's Green Boots.
I like my human non-GMO.
Green Boots is famous, right?
Yeah, Green Boots is famous. Fancy Green Boots. But yeah, look at all the dead people. It's just wild. And then you always come back gnarly looking because of the fucking the frostbite.
And you get sunburned, I think.
Yeah,
too,
it's
'cause of the
sunburn and
reflection.
frostbite at the same time.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's wild.
Fuck that. My cousin blew her
Producer
ACL
Mark
out
is
skiing
being paid
this
for us to say, watch The Alpinist on Netflix.
weekend. Is that the one?
Oh, dude, it's badass.
Yeah,
I love that. Dude, that was great. The Alpinist? Yeah, dude. It's fucking great. It is rad. That guy was a special fella.
What's it about? Mark vindicated. What's it about? Give me the cliff notes.
Cliff.
Rock
Nice.
climber guy. Rock climber guy. Went out and was pretty much just in the game in his head. Him against the rocks. Was a special dude. Very interesting dude. And then he died.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Oh shit!
That's how they all go, huh? I saw that one.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much more to that story, but that's
Yeah.
the story.
I saw that one solo, which is also a really, really good one. And that dude, he free climbed
Mhm.
in Yosemite and all that. But then what got him was he got really into ice climbing, and he didn't fall. They say he's the greatest climber ever. He would never fall. He just was asleep, and an avalanche buried him.
Oh fuck!
What a way to die! Like, this dude did wild, insane shit, and then he just died waiting to climb.
Yeah, that's like a Steve Irwin death. It's just rude.
Damn, that is a great comparison. That is exactly what it's like. It's like the guy who wrestled crocodiles.
Took it by a docile.
Yeah.
Got taken by a docile tail.
Well, I mean, but like with Steve Irwin, it was like, a docile a tiger, a fucking, something like that would have been. It seemed appropriate for him to, you know what I mean?
To him to die? Yeah, no one
Like
was
that.
surprised. Yeah, that's what we're saying.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, okay.
I
Like,
just
it was
I would have
also
hoped it would have
surprising-
been a cooler animal
Right.
since he had already wrestled
yeah,
so many
yeah,
cooler animals. It was like Stingray. Come on, man. Who had Stingray on their bingo card? I fucking didn't.
Yeah.
You know.
No.
Pretty badass though, Stingray, man. Goddamn.
Yeah, dude. I used
Pretty
to work.
badass. Take a fucking Stingray spear to the fucking chest.
That also had to be a pretty big Stingray though to get through your breastplate.
Stingrays don't fuck around.
It's amazing, right? It's fucking amazing.
I just feel like I've pet from Florida, so I've pet so many of them. They don't seem very threatening, but I never stepped on them, so that's
They
probably
got a
why.
finishing move.
Yeah.
You can't fuck with an animal with a finishing
Stingray's the equivalent of like I don't get mad real easy, but when I get mad, you don't want to be there for it.
Because I put my stinger into the chambers of your heart. This kid I used to work with named David did a battle rap song with his buddies on behalf of Steve
You're just
against
Ocean
the,
Scorpion.
against the Stingrays. It was pretty great. Steve, I can still remember the hook. Steve Irwin never hurt nobody. And then it was a whole like, me and my whole crew, when we come upon you, it was like DMX style, fuck the Stingrays. It rolled. It was pretty funny. All he ever did was teach kids about animals.
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty mad at it. I got a whole story about it. You could see that on my.
I try to find that guy like once a year on Facebook and I never can. You got anybody like that? Where you're like, man, what the fuck is that dude or gal doing? And you just can't find him?
Oh, this dude I dated in high school. Yeah, this dude I dated in high school that was like, he genuinely wanted to start a cult, but he didn't have the look. He's too weird looking. And like he used to do a bunch of whatever, doesn't matter. But then after, I think when I was in college or something, I found he was like selling chicken coops. I thought he was going to be in prison for sure. He was like building
But
chicken
it was
coops.
way worse.
Yeah, he was building chicken coops.
he made him himself? That's not too bad.
Yeah.
I thought you meant his
But
job
I think
was
he
sales.
did go to jail, and this was like what he was doing after prison, or not jail, but prison. This is what he was doing afterwards to try to like.
Yeah, but he's
Yeah.
building them himself.
Yeah, I think
That
so.
I can wrap my heart around. But the idea of somebody got a job just randomly off Craigslist. just
Selling chicken coops. I mean, fuck, man, maybe he was. I don't know for a fact that he was building them himself.
You just assumed it because you can't imagine anyone getting a job
Right.
doing that
Yes.
otherwise.
Yes, I'm like, man, how much fucking chicken coops does a person need to have an employee?
Just go to Lowe's and steal pallets.
You know, that's what I'm talking about. Pallet boy.
You know, I mean, dude, man, Tractor Supplies goes through chicken coops, man.
Mm-hmm.
They go through Tractor Supplies. And then they got a different chicken coop every fucking week, man. It's
That's
crazy.
why I can't imagine being a salesman, because you just go to Tractor Supply.
But if you had a different kind of design, I mean, it's like, dude, you know, not everybody want Uncle Jim's fucking earthworms, dude. There's other people out there selling worms. You can find your worms yourself. But
Right.
Find your worms. You heard it here from the guru, baby.
Right.
Just find your worms,
But
baby.
But in my
Find
mind,
worms.
this was a third rail, because think about it. You got Tractor Supply. Then you got people who are like, I don't fuck with that. I make my own design. Are you interested in this? And then in my mind, he had this other third thing, like a meat man with a truck, where he was working for some outfit.
He's selling chicken coops out of the trunk of his car
Yeah,
in,
he's
the, in
like-
the parking lot of a Target.
He's rolling up the Tractor Supply and being like, you guys should go with me. I'm a vendor for this other company. And they're like, fuck you, dude. We get these out of Indonesia. Come on.
you ever fuck with truck meat?
Yeah, it's been a long time, but Mama used to be super into it. She got real excited when a truck meat man. He's probably my dad or something. I just realized how weird
boy.
it is.
Man, that's so crazy that we were just talking about Tractor Supply and meat trucks, because they got a meat truck that goes up that on like the first Sunday of every month. Be up here at this Tractor Supply, and they have like every week it's a different fucking sales, like lobster and chicken, or fucking
Ooh.
20 fucking ribeyes for like what I'm saying, $15 or some shit like that.
Wow.
And man, dude, they come six to a mule to go to that fucking meat truck, dude.
Yeah, they do.
They fucking, you can't barely goddamn get up in there, dude. It's crazy.
God, I miss the meat truck.
I ain't
dude.
never fucked with truck meat, but I'll fuck with it, dude. If you're saying it's where it's at.
I did the last time I fucked with it, I was very young. My mom fucked with the truck meat man, but I'm on, like, it's a bit, but I'm almost genuinely wondering. My mom didn't cheat on my dad. It's not who she is, and I wouldn't care if she had. He was cheating on her.
But maybe he just flirted with her and
I
she
think my
kind of
mom,
liked.
yeah, because my
she
dad
liked
worked
the
away.
attention.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
think she just liked hanging out with a truck meat man.
Mm.
But I mean, we bought them,
He's
we
just
ate them.
strong. He picks up all that meat all day and then puts, it's nice
Yeah.
to see a man work.
But we did eat them. DJ.
I've never ashamed or been against truck meat. I've just never had the opportunity,
Yeah,
or like, it's just what I'm saying. It's like, it's an oddity.
yeah. Usually they're buying them wholesale somewhere, either a farm or
Mhm.
they're just getting like the cast-offs, and then they're cutting them a little thinner than they say they are. There's
Mhm.
like little tricks they're doing, but for the most part, look at it, smell it. If it's fine, it's fine.
Yeah.
I don't think it's anything special. I don't think it's some secret hack though, where it's like, you know what I mean? We're like saving money, getting quality meat. I think the only way to do that is buy your own cow.
Yeah. Or
I've
fuck
never,
a butcher.
I've seen where they come to your house, but I've never seen them just show up to a place like that and have like a big ass tent and all that
Yeah.
shit, and have fucking everybody. I did not know it was like that.
There's one in
I
South
bet
Knoxville like that, and the Mexicans that live in South Knoxville fuck with it heavy.
Yeah, damn, that's what's
And that's
up.
the move.
Might fuck with it.
All right. We got to get out of here.
Truck meat sandwiches.
I wish you all
Yeah.
truck meat then.
That's going to be my band name, Truck Meat Sandwiches.
Truck meat sandals.
Truck Meat Sandals! Truck Meat Sandals! Truck Meat Sandals!
Guys, thanks so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed yourselves. We did. I fucking did.
I had a great
Sorry I
time.
talked so much about the art thing, but I truly was.
Why would you be sorry? I said that was the best one ever.
It was so good.
Best gravy
Oh
baby
no,
ever.
that was great.
The way you said that made it seem like you did not mean it at all. I know you did mean it, but the way you said it, it was like, no, it was great.
No,
it was great. It was
I knew what happened was he forgot that was this episode. He was like, "Oh shit, we did do that. That ruled."
Anyways,
I was thinking about that truck meat. I was sitting here calculating truck meat.
Yeah, he's doing truck meat math. What that boy's doing.
Man, also I got some fucking red cookbooks in there, which like during the winter, cooking's like a whole thing, but like, man, dude, I'm interested. Anyways,
DJ,
gardens.
Write
growing
a
your
truck
vegetables.
meat. Let's make you a truck meat recipe book.
ooh,
But I want to match it with my vegetables
Yes.
and the books that I got. Like I got a Linda Skeens book, and I got a book that Jennifer What's Up gave me, and then I got like this big Instapot recipe book that I want to fuck with. I can't right now because it's just too cold to be out here fucking around. But this summer, man, and I want to match my vegetables with my cookbook. What are you talking about? Cook, I got it right there. Everything calling for parsley. Got my parsley right here in this bucket.
Yeah, you can just go outside and get it.
Dude, there's nothing better than that. Andy had this excellent rosemary bush, and I got on it for about a month. I was cooking pork and or red meat every night because I wanted to put rosemary in it. I love that shit. God, I love that shit.
You could put it on chicken.
I know.
You could do it in the pasta. You know, I mean, you don't just have to have beef and pork. I mean, I do love a good pork tenderloin with a rosemary pan sauce. That is fucking fire. So fire.
I have to make my steak pan because just the situation I'm in. I got to do pan fried steak, and that's the best way to do with the rosemary and the garlic.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, air fryer make a good steak. People don't fucking believe it, but it goddamn does.
I believe you 100%. Me and Andy had a long debate, air fryer versus Instapot. I lost. I wanted air fryer. She wanted Instapot. One of those examples, I was right.
Well, I love the Instapot, too.
I can't figure it out.
It's kind of trashy invention.
I can't figure it out.
It's great. It's great. Once you get it licked, it's great. It's great.
We kept having like soup that was really hot on the outside and the potatoes were raw in the middle. I don't know what the fuck we were doing wrong, dude.
Wow.
Oh man, I get a stew mix down here. We got this vegetable stand. I got a stew. But this year I'm gonna have my own stewed vegetables. I just gotta figure out. Anyway. Also, I want to say this. Y'all, it's winter. If you've never planted vegetables or plants or something before, man, dude, start thinking about it, dude. Because like you just throw some seeds down.
Hell yeah.
And it doesn't matter what comes up, you'll learn about that plant. And like you're gonna have yourself a nice goddamn pepper that you can goddamn look at, fucking throw in your fucking stew. What the fuck, dude?
There is a certain fulfilling a feeling of fulfillingness of you growing something for yourself.
It's rad.
Keeping something alive. Yeah, I did it with tomatoes for a bit. There is just it's just like on a human on an animalistic level. It's just like this is me providing food for myself.
I can't tell y'all how excited I am again. And I don't know a whole bunch, but I learned a lot last year, and this year the things that I'm going to do different. I'm totally excited to see how it's going to come out. Or are we going to have a bad bug? In fact, they say about the second or third year, usually your crops get hit with the insects. I don't know. I'm excited. Anyway,
that's
my thought out there.
That's right.
Seed in the ground. Think about it. Right.
You heard it here first. Listen to your leader. Put some seeds in the ground. Guys, thank you so much for listening. Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you haven't. Patreon.com/GravyBabyPod. Throw money at us, please, please, please. And thank you. Share our little clippies.
Share the clips.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Please.
Share
also, we're going to be moving all of the YouTube to its own YouTube. Where all the YouTube videos is going to go on Gravy Baby YouTube. So make sure you guys, if obviously still stay subscribed to Drew, so you can get some content from there.
It would be really funny if y'all don't, actually.
It would be really funny.
It would be so
they
funny.
Only follow the podcast. They have no
started following the podcast.
Sorry, Drew. I'm kind of tired of you specifically by yourself.
There'll be a bumper for everyone who does watch on YouTube. There'll be a bumper that you've already seen, I guess, by now. But yes, do that. Don't forget.
Don't forget to switch over to the Gravy Baby Pod YouTube. And thank you for listening to us. We appreciate you and we love you. And we'll see you next week.
If you got a space for it, get some chickens.
Oh yeah,
man.
Yeah, get some chickens. Just get some chickens.
You'll love them.
Yeah, maybe my ex-con build a chicken coop for it.
It's so red.
Share our clips.
So red.
Share our clips.
Seeds in the ground.
Plant some seeds. Get
Patreon. Get some chickens.
It's the only things that matter. We're not a cult, but do all of that and eat fruit.
You'll be so happy. You'll
eat fruit and fuck.
Be so happy.
Eat fruit and fuck.
Who doesn't want to be happy?
Eat fruit and fuck.
You want to be
Who doesn't want to be happy? Don't you want to be happy? There's a recipe. Throw it in the pot. Throw it in the Instant Pot. There's the recipe.
That's the recipe for happiness.
Bye.
You got it. You get everything you want.
Bye.
You could stick a whole ribeye in one of your back pockets. Like